Hi guys, welcome to another watercolor tutorial. We are painting a mountain landscape today, and I'm a little bit nervous for how this is going to turn out, but we will try nonetheless. So I'm going to start off with a blue. It's kind of like a grayish blue. I'm mixing it with a bit of gray at least. And we're trying to achieve a stormy look. And I'm gonna, I have my piece of paper in landscape position here, and I would say the top third is what I'm gonna cover with this color. And don't worry about putting it on too thick because we are gonna add some clouds shortly. Wet on wet. So you can do this in two ways. You can either lift off some of the what did I just say? You can lift off some of the pigment, or you can put it on and make darker sections like this and this. And why do I have green on my paintbrush? I always seem to have a darn green on my paintbrush. So I do want a bit of a darker top here, so I'm gonna mix a little bit of black in with the blue to make, that's too black. I need blue. Boom, boom, boom. Like so. And I'm gonna take some off as well because why? Because it was too much. Okay. So that is not exactly how I want it, but you can fiddle around with that even more. Oh, you know what we can do? As a last ditch effort, I don't even know what that saying means. Hopefully I'm using it in the correct context. But I took some toilet paper and I am lifting off some of the paint. I overdid it for sure. So we can go back in and soften some of those edges. Luckily, that's not the focal point. We have just spent almost 4 minutes on cloud. So I'm gonna let this dry and then we'll move on to the main event. Okay, so I'm hoping that this is dry. I used my dryer on the low stance because my baby is sleeping and I don't want to wake her up. Trying to find, where is my navy? That's sort of navy. I'll just add a bunch of black to it to make it full-on navy. Okay, so I'm taking navy with black mixed in, or blue with black, and we're gonna paint our mountain. So this is a different style than I'm used to, so bear with me here. I think I kind of screwed up with this horizon line, unintentional horizon line, but we'll try and fix that. What the heck do I do? All right. First what I'm gonna do is take gray. It's kind of like a bluish gray that I have here. then I'm gonna make little mountain peaks just on this side a little bit. This is not the right brush, but I didn't want to rinse the brush that I already had pigment on. So that's all right. And now I'm gonna go in for the main event here. I'm gonna have my peak somewhere in the middle, and it's gonna go down on both sides. Just make sure it's not super even when it's going down. Like, try and make it kind of jaggedy, otherwise it won't look natural. So that's gonna have to go down, but that is still wet, so that is not good. I didn't think that one through. This was also supposed to go down. And then this. Something like that, and it's gonna swoop down on both sides, so it's gonna go like this and then like this, if that makes sense. This should go down quite a bit more. So should this. And I do want it to, sorry, I don't want this to dry, so I should be working a lot quicker than I am. But I wanted to think about what I was doing before just like painting this willy-nilly. I do like that very unfinished look at the bottom here. So I'm going to try and continue that. All right, it's not looking too bad. I'm switching to like a liner brush. Oh my goodness, why am I so tired? My mom visited this past weekend, and at the time that I'm filming this, and she brought my baby a new toy, and it plays even more of these jingles. And if you guys watch my tutorials often enough, you would know that I've taken a big liking to these children's music toys. Like the music that comes from them, like that is a mood. That's a jam. Some of you probably think I'm crazy. But when you hear the same tune over and over and over again for a long time, you're kind of, you're forced to like it in a way. It really grows on you. I thought that I was gonna be the kind of mom that says no to all toys that make noise, because I like silence, I like peace and quiet. But surprisingly, what is more important than peace and quiet from toys is peace and quiet from your children. So if your children are kept occupied by noise-making toys, I will take that trade-off so that I can just sit there and zone out. And I don't even want to use the word relax, because that is certainly not what we are doing. But I think you get my point to a degree. Okay. So now that we've painted this mountain, I mean, I will probably go back in there and add a few more details, but for now, I do want to continue some other things. So we're gonna have, I don't even know. Okay, my camera ran out of memory, so I'm glad it made a little ping noise. Otherwise, I would have kept painting and I would have cried because I've done that before when I used a different phone and it did not notify me when it decides to stop filming. So I'm going to start about a third of the way inwards here with a liner brush and just paint a line that slopes upwards a tad. Actually, I'm going to switch back to the larger brush here because I need a bit more volume. And I'll switch back to the liner brush because then this can expand once more down here. And I don't know what this is. Did I say that this was inspired by brushes and lens? That's the inspiration, and I don't know what this is in her painting, but it looks nice, so I'm just going with it. And then there's another one of these kind of triangular things over here. And then there's another one there. And maybe it's just like supposed to be a mountain. I don't know. But let's try and blend it out a bit so it's not such a harsh ending. And we can try and blend this guy out a little bit as well. Kind of using two brushes here to achieve what I'm trying to achieve. Again, I'm not sure what this is, but it looks pretty cool. I think you guys would agree. And you don't have to do it on your version if you don't want to. Like, just do whatever floats your imaginary boat. I do want to make these a little more pronounced. They faded as they dried. So we're nearing the end here. I am going to take that same blue, like navy blue that we've been using, and I'm adding little lines. And I can't even describe to you how to paint these lines because I don't know what these lines are supposed to be. Maybe just some kind of texture to make this look less flat or less monotone. I don't know, but it looks kind of neat. So I'm just making these little lines that are close to one another, almost like dotting, but a line version. And I'm going to do that here, here, and I'm also going to do that coming down on either side of my mountain. And on the mountain, I get it, because then you're kind of accentuating, is that a word? I don't know. But you are kind of making it obvious that this mountain is sloping this way and this way by adding these lines. Does that make sense? Like so. Okay, now the last thing I want to do, I say that, but we'll see how it actually turns out, is add just a little bit of something there, because right now it's looking quite bare. So I watered down this original color, and I'm gonna just add these giant swoops. Actually, I think what I'll do instead is just add the original color and then fade it out. And again, I'm not really sure what this is supposed to be, but it looks like it belongs in the painting. And we can go in, add a tiny bit more. Like so. That does not look bad. There's a lot of random lines that I don't know the intention or purpose of, but they kind of come together and make the whole thing look quite nice. There's another thing that you can do, and I'm really, really tempted to do it, and that is take white acrylic paint and add snow. Oh gosh, I can't stop myself. I just have to. I have to do it. Whenever I can use white acrylic paint to make snowy accents, I just cannot stop myself. So and I may or may not regret this. But I can't help myself. It's just too good of an opportunity. And I'm adding the snow in kind of the divots. That's where it makes most sense to me, because that's where snow might accumulate. I think I'm gonna just stop it there because I can see that this is going to very quickly get out of control. And I like how it currently looks. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that there. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm just gonna peel this off. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, and comment what you think in the comments. I read all of them. I try to reply to all of them. And yeah, I'll see you in the next tutorial.